Affordable and versatile, motorcycles have been a favorite means of transportation in Africa for decades. More than 9 out of 10 motorcycles on the continent are purchased for commercial use as taxis or delivery services. Overall, it is estimated that over 30 million motorcycle taxi drivers help their customers move around daily across sub-Saharan Africa. These are the people who can build the future of electrical mobility on the continent as they transition to electric motorcycles.
The only way we can help these young people to transition, one is to look at the cost, because these are young people who don't have cash money to purchase these bikes. And once we make them more expensive, then this means that they will not be able to transition. They'll prefer going back to the other option. But when it is competitive in the market that they can easily afford, then this will be as an opportunity for them to transition.
The affordability of electric vehicles and the availability of reliable electrical sources are the two main obstacles in the way of sustainable mobility. In this regard, as the continent aims to go greener, the two-wheeler market seems to be the best target in the short term. First reason, commercial use of motorcycles results in a higher average distance travelled per vehicle, which improves the total cost of ownership of an electric two-wheeler, operation and maintenance costs included compared to traditional motorcycles. Therefore, in a context of soaring gas prices, electric motorcycles not only help reduce CO2 emissions, but also improve the income of taxi drivers who typically support their families and communities. This is a major argument when convincing taxi drivers to transition toward a cleaner vehicle.
I wanted to give a couple of numbers there. So and this is sort of like a real case from Rwanda. Right now we, especially with the increase in fuel prices, we're saving them on the odds of 40 to 45% per kilometer. And so, I mean, though a lot of commercial motorcycle users come in from the countryside, sometimes with very little education, they're very business savvy. They know their business, they know their cost. And so being able to tell them, hey, not only is this something that performs better, but gives you a total with the cost saving energy, the cost savings on energy and the cost savings on maintenance, we're increasing their take-home pay by more than 40%. And so if I go to any corner in Douala and say, hey, who wants to make 40% more today, probably a lot of hands go up.
Secondly, because electric two-wheelers have a small battery, they can also benefit from a battery swap model, where a depleted battery is replaced with a fully charged battery from a designated swap station in just a few minutes. Ampersand, an innovative e-mobility startup that operates in Rwanda and in Kenya, is one of the main players in this new market.
The battery swap model, I think, is very important to this. And so I think the term that we're using right now is a battery as a service. And so it's the most complicated piece of the machine. It's complicated for anybody. And so I think it's something very new for them. And so offering the battery as a service, it de-risks it for that customer. And so we're able to keep the motorcycle cost in line with what they're used to, and then also with that, keeping the fuel cost, the energy cost, lower, cheaper than petrol. And so when we offer a new battery, it's kind of like the customer gets a software upgrade. It just performs better, and they don't have to understand it. They don't have to know how to work the battery. They just have to use it, and I think that's very, very, very important for them. It's a reliable battery. I think this is where we put a lot of our focus. A battery that's fit for purpose, that is affordable for the user. And so many of our batteries have done more than 1,000, 2,000 cycles, are still working very well, and deliver a consistent and powerful experience for the user.
In their quest to support green mobility, TotalEnergies and the Movin'On ecosystem have championed Ampersand since 2019.
It was also a way for us, TotalEnergies, to learn about this new emerging market of two-wheelers and battery swapping. And this is what we are looking for when we invest in startups also. And we are committed also to give support to the startup in which we invest. And we can also provide visibility. And this is what we did when we presented Ampersand for the Movin'On Startup Challenge 2 years ago. And Ampersand won the challenge. And it was a great way for them to have a good exposure to all the Movin'On ecosystem and all the partners. And then financial support, visibility and promotion. And last but not least, of course, a big company like TotalEnergies can enable business and bring opportunities. And it's what we began to do a few years ago when we set up a call with our affiliate in Kenya, and Denis is here. And so we set up this call because Ampersand told us that they wanted to develop in Kenya. And right from the beginning, the affiliate were very interested in this project, and then went on the discussions. And here we are with 3 service stations, with battery swapping with the Ampersand solution in Kenya, and just one in Rwanda, but some to come, I think, with our new affiliate. And to illustrate also our commitment for the energy transition with startups, TotalEnergies opened on May, launched a new accelerator, which named TotalEnergies On. And it's an accelerator specifically dedicated to electricity, the whole value chain of electricity, from production to distribution, and of course, e-mobility.
By setting up a network of battery charging stations, Ampersand has made it easier for taxi drivers to work and earn a living with full peace of mind. Battery swaps are faster than refueling, cost less than a tank of gas, and take the driver further. This seamless efficiency is made possible through the monitoring of live data analytics of the charging station network, battery locations, and their level of charge.
We spent a lot of development time on the software that sort of runs our battery network. And so making sure the batteries are in the right place at the right time and charged and ready for the customer to give them, again, a consistent experience. Because what we want to do is deliver performance that is as good, preferably better, than what they're traditionally used to.
Customers in Kenya, for example, if they buy this kind of bike, the next question is, of course, where can I charge my bike? So us as Total Marketing Kenya, we are providing that service in partnership with Ampersand here, and we've already done it in 3 stations. And so we are here to provide that convenience and to make sure that we are able to scale it up into other towns and be able to be present for that customer.
Moreover, Ampersand and its partners take care of servicing and spare parts, ensuring that electrified motorcycles remain a safe and reliable means of transportation for everyone. As they get acquainted with their new electric motorcycle, taxi drivers are also reminded of basic safety procedures and equipment. Last but not least, to help drivers switch from traditional motorcycles to more ecological models, Ampersand has created financing schemes that alleviate capital costs. Customers also have the option of electrifying their current motorcycle by adding a battery pack system in place of the fuel tank. Today, there is no obstacle in making this new eco-friendly technology available throughout Africa, bringing positive social change, providing that public and private stakeholders join in and help.
No one can go it alone. You know, like we talked about ambition to achieve net zero by 2050, but it always ends with together with society. And here society means many stakeholders. Governments, the energy players, the car manufacturers, there's a whole ecosystem of stakeholders that need to come together. But for me, for this to really work, like the speakers earlier talked about, the key success factor lies between having a smooth relationship, proper coordination between the public authorities and the different players in the private sector.
What we expect from the authority, first of all, is for the governments to embrace the new technologies. Number 2 is for the government maybe to reduce the taxes that they charge the imports on the motorcycles. I think when we cut the taxes, then it will reduce the value of the cost of that motorcycle, then it will be affordable to through the people. So what we expect the government at least to look at, to embrace first of all the new technology and reduce the taxes that are taxed on the motorcycles.
Manufacturing, assembly, or retrofit locally means a new industrial filière and also new jobs opportunities for men and for women that are more and more involved in this market.
By electrifying its motorcycle fleet, Africa will be taking a big step toward a zero-carbon future.